They completely redid itemization. So no more damage on Tuesday type situations. You're going to get lower affixes. You're going to get more relevant loot droppings, such as Sacred only in World Tier 3, Ancestral only in World Tier 4. You're going to see less affixes on items, but they're going to be much more impactful. An example here, ranks to core skills. They also added, which is something I'm extremely excited about for all of you that were just digging in your bags looking for duplicate affixes, they're redoing the Codex of Power so that if you get an affix that's higher than the value in the Codex of Power, that aspect is going to update in your Codex to the highest value that you found. So you no longer have to keep holding on to these duplicates. I think this is going to be huge. Additionally, they've added greater affixes for Ancestral Legendaries and Uniques, which significantly increase one particular affix on an item. I think these are cool chase items. It makes it so if you're really trying to min-max, you're going to want a full set of these greater affix items. On top of that, they did a lot of quality of life changes. So now, one big issue that I had in the last season when I got my rogue to level 100 was that I'm trying to get a full set of 925 item power loot, and the only way for me to guarantee that really to run Duriel runs over and over again, and that got really boring, really stale, had so much grinding involved. It was not a fun process. So being able to get 925 item power loot drop guaranteed for mobs that are 95 plus, it adds to that end game element that, you know, I'm 100, but the game doesn't end there. They're also consolidating all the different materials when you craft potions with, so like monster parts, the different herbs you find. You don't have to go farming in all different regions to be able to craft elixirs anymore. They capped the enchantment cost as well. Also, no more needing to solely farm Hell Tides to get your Forgotten Souls. Now you'll get them from Whisper Caches, as well as potential drops from leads when you kill them. They completely redid crafting. So beforehand, you would just upgrade your item 4 or 5 times, increase the power of your existing affixes. But now they revised it with 2 new crafting systems. First one is tempering. Tempering is a crafting system that allows you to find different manuals that drop from different activities in the game. And what these manuals do is provide you a list of different affixes that you can add to your items. And some of them are unique and can only be found by tempering. For example, you can see here, you can add additional projectiles to Bone Spear, which I think is great. Different explosion sizes, different duration. So they have direct impact on your skills, your builds. I'm looking forward to seeing the build diversity that tempering is going to enable. Now, replacing the upgrade system, that's right, the upgrade system is completely gone. We have masterworking. So now, instead of just upgrading items to 4 or 5 levels, you'll be able to upgrade each one to 12. And the interesting thing about this is that every 4 ranks, 1 affix on your item is going to be massively upgraded. Here's an example. If you look at maximum life, the increase is significantly higher than from rank 2 to rank 3. And that's kind of the affix burst that happens every 4 levels. Now, say that you get to rank 12 and you're not happy with the affixes that got those massive boosts, you can reset that item back to level 0 without bricking it and then redo that leveling process. Now, Endgame is getting many additions as well. First off, Hell Tides have been completely revamped. They've incorporated a lot of what us players liked in Season 2 as well as Season 3. So Blood Tides are back, and so are Mechano Tides, if that's what you want to call them, from Season 3. So you're going to get additional events. You're going to get a threat meter like in Season 2, that when it caps out, you're going to get player-like enemies that are demonic will spawn and hunt you down, similar to Bloodseekers from Season 2. Hell Tides are now available from the start in World Tier 1 and World Tier 2. No longer just waiting to World Tier 3 to unlock. For me, I love outdoor content the most while leveling, so I think this is going to be a great improvement as well. In addition, we do have a new endgame boss, a new Uber boss, that's right, And Dariel is back. She's going to have the same loot table as Duriel. Her moveset's completely different, but it unlocks additional ways to get some of those best uber unique items to farm for. Now, instead of Duriel uses Grigor and Varshan mats. On Dariel, you can use Beasts of the Ice as well as Zir mats to summon her. Third, they are adding a new endgame feature called the Pit. New in quotes, because in reality, this is more or less Diablo 3's Greater Rifts added into Diablo 4. The way this works is you have 10 minutes to clear as many minions as possible. When you do that, a Pit Guardian or Rift Guardian will spawn that you defeat and drops a lot of loot. Will also drop materials that you will use for master crafting. Upon completing a certain tier, you'll be able to access higher and higher tiers, again, very similar to Greater Rift progression. Lastly, there are going to be a number of class updates. I am excited for the Frozen Orb chain for Sorceress. Sorceress is one of the classes I have not tried yet, so I'll most likely be jumping in as one in Season 4. And beyond that, we are getting some quality of life changes. For example, you can now finally zoom out from the default view. I think that's an example of Bobby Kotick finally leaving and players getting a bit of love, but you know, that's my copium believing that Blizzard is going to change in a positive direction. Thanks for tuning in. If you like content like this, please like, subscribe, and comment to support the channel.